A word you're going to often hear me use is the word desire. And you may be wondering like why I make a big emphasis on using this word, right? If you're familiar with the scriptures, you understand that words have power. You know, your tongue has power. Anything you say could be life or death. So I want to go into the difference between desire and want, right? So let's start with desire. So the way I go ahead and I research words, that I go and I look at the etymology of words. The etymology is basically the root of the word, where the word came from, what was the author of the language, original intent of that word, right? In nowadays time, want is what we use the word desire for, basically. I want to go out and eat. I want this. I want that. I want a six pack. I want. But if you notice, there's always an underlying tone to these type of words, to certain words. I want. I can't. It's almost like there's a negative underlying to some of these words. And I will explore this topic in a future video because today I want to focus on desire and want. But it is something interesting. And like I said, the tongue does have power. So you have to be very mindful of what you say to yourself and what you say to others because you could affect someone's whole mood. You could literally die from something you say, you know. A desire, when you look into the etymology of it, is to wish or long for, express a wish to obtain, right? When you look at the word want, comes from the word wanton, be lacking, to be deficient in something, right? Anytime we operate from a state of lack, a state of not having something, right? We tend to put that thing on a pedestal or we tend to shackle ourselves to that thing. For example, most oftentimes you'll hear someone say, I can't leave my job. I can't leave my job, and it's not because they physically cannot leave their job or go get a new job. It's because they're operating in a state of lack. They don't have the faith that the Most High could just replace their job like that and give them a better job if that's what they're seeking. Or they don't have the self belief to take that leap of faith, right? That word want is always in a state of lack. It's always when, you know, it's not something to be taken seriously. Whereas the word desire is always going to be rooted in your identity, it's always going to be in a state of abundance, you know. I desire to have a six pack, right? What When I say this, I'm not saying it just, like whatever. Because a lot of people say they want stuff, but their actions don't show it. When you desire something, you're always going to be rooted in your action. It's going to be rooted in your identity. I desire to be 10% body fat, 9%, 8%, whatever will get me a six pack. Not because of the body itself and the way my body is going to look, even though that is a part of it. It's because I truly believe that my body, my vessel, is a reflection of my spirit. And I see myself as someone who's very disciplined, who moves very in a royal sense, who embraces a ruling class mentality. And when I embrace being a ruler, it starts with myself. It starts with understanding that I have to rule myself, lead myself, give to myself. So to get my body in phenomenal shape is a reflection of how I feel inside. That drives me. That is my desire. To let my body, my physique, be a reflection of my spirit, which is why I want to get to those levels of body fat because it's extremely difficult for someone who may look average obtain the discipline to get to those, to that level of leanness, right? I'm coming from 230 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, I was very big. I'm about 5'8", 5'9" on a good day. So, you know, I've had to obtain new levels of discipline each and every single time to break different plateaus. In the beginning, it was cutting out bad habits, fast food often, overeating, overeating snacks like chips. Now I don't even crave those things. Recently, I've had to overcome sugar. I used to drink a sugar coffee every day. I used to eat cereal at night. Yes, I'm still eating good, like, the amount of protein I need to eat, healthy food, but I was still eating extra. So I had to cut those things out because those were more things of comfort to get to the shape that I really want to get to. And it became something that I realized that, and each level I've, each time I've leveled up, I've had to break different plateaus. And it became something instilled inside of me that I need to become this type of person to show the Most High this is truly what I desire. Even the scriptures itself will tell you that the Most High will give you the desires of your heart. It doesn't say the wants of your heart. Even in the scripture, anytime the word want is used, it's always out of lack. Many things in this life are in abundance, right? There's many cars, there's many women, there's many ways to get, to lose weight, right? There's many jobs out there. Anytime you're in a state of lack, in a position of lack, you're always moving desperate. You shackle yourself to that thing. Anytime you're in a state of abundance, you're calm, you're cool, you're collected, you're rooted in faith, you're rooted in your identity. And this allows you to reject certain women out of your life because you understand I could go get a better one. I could go get another one. And it's not out of being greedy, but it's because you hold yourself to a high standard that this woman may not align with what you want. You're able to move out of a place of alignment. A desire is always going to be truly rooted in your spirit. It's going to be rooted in your identity. Each time I've had to break a new plateau, I've always told myself, the Most High made me this way. If not, it wouldn't be in my spirit to do these things. The Most High gave me the gifts to be able to do these things, to be able to be consistent, to be disciplined, to reach new levels of discipline, to reach new levels of consistency, to eat this good. Because I'm coming from a man who would eat a bag of puff corns a day, drink soda every day. I don't even crave those things no more. And the scriptures itself will tell you faith without works is dead. And I will show you my faith. I will show you faith by my works. So your faith, your self-belief, has to be also with your actions. You could speak something into existence, but you also have to move. You also have to act. You have to, if you're saying, I'm going to get a, six pack one day, what actions are you taking to actually get there? Are you eating better? Are you working out intensely? Or, so and so and so. I just wanted to go ahead and make this video and show the differences and explain the differences in knowing the true definitions of words. Want is always out of a state of lack. Desire is always out of wanting, desire is always going to be from who you are. It's understanding that if I truly want this end result, I have to become a different man. I have to upgrade. I have to look at myself like a 2K my player, spend some attribute points in discipline, in diligence, in consistency, in, strength. And it makes the process so much funner when you become to embody the man who can maintain that end goal result versus getting there and crashing all the way out.